Thank you, guys. Today we have a conversation with Sean Debbie. Sean is the mom of Olivia Green. We all remember Olivia. It's still in our hearts like it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
We need to continue this conversation. We cannot take a break.
Nope.
Because every time we take a break,
Somebody dies.
somebody dies. Okay. It was not long ago. When I say not long ago, I'm talking about 2-3 days.
Yep.
In one night, we lost 3 people in Yonkers due to fentanyl. And that's just Yonkers. I follow you on Instagram, and I see every time you get a notification that somebody else is gone because of fentanyl, another one is gone.
Yep.
We all talk about it. We all talk about fentanyl. We all talk about opioids. We all talk about Gary Square. We all talk. But it seems like all we do is talk about it. And I'm not talking about talking in the sense you and I, because you and I don't have the power to change.
Yep.
But those that we elected to office do have the power to change. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing lately in order to create more awareness, in order to change things.
I don't stop talking about it. Fentanyl is something I talk about every day, and I talk about it. I use all my platforms, especially TikTok, to meet children, to speak to them immediately about the dangers of fentanyl and how it's the #1 killer right now in the United States. Thousands and thousands of victims are dying because their drug is either laced with fentanyl or it is completely counterfeit and contains nothing but fentanyl. And many of the victims are nothing but children. Children just like Olivia and even younger, 10 and 11-year-old children. And they meet their killers on the apps. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and TikTok. So that's why I use my platforms. A lot of teenagers follow me, and you can meet a lot of teenagers on TikTok. They have no knowledge of what fentanyl is, and so that's why I do what I do.
See, let's take back, let's rewind the tape of life to 4/4/2021. When you put some raw images on your social platform, and I remember that you got some heavy hits, complainers, because you were showing those images. I understood why you were putting those images.
Yeah.
I support you. I know why you did it.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I posted a video, a picture of a young lady who was shooting some type of, she was looking for a vein to shoot herself. I got some heat because of that.
Yeah.
They don't understand that sometimes images like that have more strength, more power than just to write a text.
Exactly.
They don't understand that sometimes by looking at those images, you can trigger a change.
Yep.
Maybe by looking at those images, somebody else might change. Maybe not the person who's on that video. Maybe somebody else who's watching say, look, that could have been me.
Exactly.
Maybe there is a mother that looks at that picture and said, that's me. Maybe I'm lucky this time that I survived, but maybe next time I won't, and I will leave my kids alone. But I don't want to put words in your mouth, even though I might have. I want to know from you, why did you put those images?
Because those are the images people need to see. The raw realness, not sugar-coated images. You sugar-coat it, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to look at they won't even bother reading the caption if it's not real. But yeah, I showed raw images of Olivia dead, bloody,
as real as it comes, right?
naked, exactly how I found her, dead, bloody, and butt naked. Okay, she was a child, died, given fentanyl, and laid down and died in front of this adult. And our story needs to be told, and not in a watered down way, and as real as possible as I can get, so that other children don't die this way. And yeah, I got a lot of hate comments for posting those images, but then I got a lot of supporters who appreciated me doing that. And many of those supporters were children who were already on drugs and saw those images and said to themselves, Olivia is just like me. I could be dead and bloody and butt naked just like her.
Correct.
Yeah, so they need to see that.
And you know, and those friends that sometimes, most of the times are the one complaining, take this post down. I ask one question. What have you done before this picture went up to help your friend?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure some have done, some have tried, but the majority often don't do much. They understand the problem, but they don't help. Actions, not words. That's what really matters at the end of the day. The adult that was with Olivia, where is he? Was he ever been caught? Were charges ever filed?
He was caught. He has several charges on him. Nothing regarding her death, though. All sexually related, because Olivia was a child and he was an adult. So all his charges are sexually related. And recording her sexually, recording her dying. So those are all the charges. But he's free.
He's walking around.
He's free because he was a drug addict. And drug addicts have more rights than children.
What do you think should have happened to him?
I think he should have got charged with the death. Not only her. I mean, not
He
only
caused
him.
the death.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only him, but the drug dealer. There's a drug dealer involved too. And he walked away free. All he got was possession charge. And he killed more than just Olivia. His batch killed more than just the little girl. It was linked to another death. And he also walked free. Because our government, our police departments, they don't charge the criminals with the proper charges. These are homicides.
Yep. Look, the 3 deaths that occurred last week, I received the Yonkers Police Department press release. And on the press release, they said there is a batch of deadly fentanyl. I was under the impression that all fentanyl is deadly.
Exactly.
There is no good batch of fentanyl. All fentanyl is deadly. So why wasn't he? Did you ask the police department or DA why he was not charged with causing the death, Olivia's death? Did you ask that question?
Yes, I did, but he was found 2 weeks later, so what he had on him now didn't match what was given to Olivia. 2 weeks passed.
So maybe he had something different.
Exactly. So you got, and that's what caused the problem. And yeah, so that's the problem. All these drug dealers walk away free, and they label these as overdoses. The 3 gentlemen that they died from heroin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They labeled them as overdoses.
I don't know.
They don't know. Overdose.
Yeah, but I don't know if there is a classification for that type of death, or if you died due to something. Let's say through the fentanyl or whatever other drug, you died because you took that. Is that automatically falls into a default of overdosed? I don't know.
No, it should not be called overdose.
What should it be called?
Her death was ruled an accidental overdose. Olivia didn't overdose. The dude gave her 1 pill. 1 pill. 1 pill ended Olivia's life. Nobody dies off of 1 pill. That's impossible. The only way somebody can die off of 1 pill is if that pill was completely fake and filled with a poison. And that becomes a poisoning. A poisoning equals murder. Somebody purposely put poison into that pill to cause harm or to cause death. So these are all being ruled wrong. The gentleman shot heroin. If they shot heroin, they would have lived. But they had fentanyl mixed in it. Somebody put something poisonous and deadly into their heroin, and that is how they die. When you say overdose, you point the finger at the victim. Despite them having a drug addiction, they did not deserve to die. Olivia did not cause her own death. She died not even knowing how she died. So when you say overdose, it instantly points the victim at the victim, and the people that are the people that are causing it walk away free.
So I got you. The definition of overdose. If I'm taking a medication and I overdose on that medication,
You
that
take
means
too
I
much.
took too much of that medication.
Carelessly and knowingly.
If I'm taking a drug and I'm overdosed of that drug, that means I took more than my body could.
Carelessly and knowingly.
Exactly.
You knew if you shot 12 shots of heroin, you were going to die.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's an overdose, and you caused your own death. If Olivia popped 20 pills that day, she would have caused her own death. She took one pill.
So if somebody walks into a building and there is fentanyl in the air, and that fentanyl went into my system and I died, I didn't die of an overdose.
No, you didn't.
I see your point.
Yeah.
How would Olivia, I'm sorry, Sin, what recommendation, what suggestions would we tell a parent, okay, to be on a lookout? What conversations should a parent have with their child in regards to fentanyl, alcohol, any other drug, anything that can cause death? What conversation should the parent have? In other words, if you knew now, then what you know now, and Olivia was with you, what would you be telling her?
I wasn't aware of fentanyl a year ago.
No. That's why I said.
Yeah.
Knowing
Now that
then
I
what
am,
you know now.
Now that I am, I school a lot of children, but I tell the parents that some parents think they're too good. Like, no, I raised my daughter better than that. It'll never happen, and I'm telling you to cut it out, okay? Because this can happen to any child, no matter what background you were raised with, no matter how good your parents are. The tragedy can hit your home. Okay, there's already enough fentanyl in the United States to kill every single human being in the United States. Fentanyl is already here, and it's not stopping. It's about to get worse. And a lot of those victims are going to be children, young children with good backgrounds, good grades, that don't run the streets, that had dreams like Olivia. She was not a street child. She was very smart. She was 15. She still played with toys. She made a mistake. She made a mistake like all children make mistakes, okay? She met an adult online that took advantage of her in every way. There are people online looking to prey on your children, whether it's sexually or to buy drugs, and your children are not safe. This is the most dangerous time right now to be a teenager. Teenagers are dying left and right just from fentanyl. And the drug dealers are even getting so grimy, they are making fentanyl rainbow colored.
Yes, so
Rainbow colored. Why make rainbow colored fentanyl? You know why? It's to entice young children to want to buy now. Rainbow colored, it's appealing to young kids.
yeah, because not to an adult.
Yeah, why would you create
They don't make aspirins for adults in
Yeah.
colors. They don't make Tylenol in blue, red, whatever.
It's for no other purpose but to harm your child. So your children are in severe danger, and it's not only happening at home, it's happening in schools. Like, they can get it from their best friend, they can get it from the playground. Like, your children don't even need money to get drugs. Somebody can give it to them for free.
For
Like,
fun.
For fun. Like, hey, I got extra 2 perks. Here, take them. And all 3 of them end up dying. And it's happening. If you follow my pages, you'll see. All I do is post dead kids.
Before we go much further into our interview, so people can follow you and they can be on a know about fentanyl, impact of fentanyl, pain that fentanyl causes, tell us your webpage or Instagram social page.
My Instagram is SinSimmer, SinSimmer, and my Facebook is Sin Debbie Pro, S-I-N Debbie, D-E-B-B-I-E, and the last name is Pro.
Guys, follow Sin. Lots of information in regards to fentanyl. She lost a child, young child. The pain that she felt, it's almost impossible, if not impossible, to share. But I can tell you, it's painful. And she doesn't want to, I don't want to, nobody wants you to learn from the same pain. So perhaps now you can do something about it so you are not a victim of it. Have you ever been invited to a school to talk about from?
No, I have not.
Would you go to a school?
I probably would. I would do it.
What's your mission in life now, Sin?
My purpose shifted after Olivia died. It's at the time Olivia died, the first time I ever heard fentanyl was when I was standing over Olivia's dead body. So it was too late. No clue what fentanyl was, didn't know what it meant, never heard of the word before, and Olivia didn't. Olivia didn't because I couldn't teach it to her, because I lacked awareness. And there are other parents out here that do not know this exists, other children that do not know this exists. The media doesn't cover it enough. It should be covered just as much as COVID and any other thing. We are not just talking about an epidemic. We are talking about a chemical attack on our country. Like, we are under attack. This is an act of terrorism. Like, they are bringing chemicals across our border and killing Americans in a very high volume. Like,
Children.
A lot of them are children. Children.
Imagine a military attack where the target is children, adults, but children as well. The world will have an outcry of why. Well, this is happening right here. Children are dying.
We have about 250 to 300 people dying a day from illicit fentanyl. That's like a plane dropping out of the sky every day. Can you imagine if one plane fell, killing all victims on board? Everybody would be sad. Now, can you imagine it happening again the next day? Another plane crashes, killing all 200 victims on board? Now, imagine that happened 30 days in a row. The American people would want answers. Like, what the hell is going on? Something's happening. There's no difference. The same number is in fentanyl. 200, 300 people are dying a day.
Why you think there is no answers? Why you think that...
Because they label them overdoses.
Yeah, but...
They look at these victims as drug addicts.
Well, look, they might label these as overdoses, but they know that it's not overdoses. They know that this is laced poison that is designed in a way to cause death. They know. What they know and what they say is two different things.
Yeah.
Why do you think that the government, law enforcement, DAs across the nation are not taking strong measurements to fight this thing?
I don't even know, but I don't even think they care.
You think they don't care?
No, because they letting it in. It's very sad. They see the bodies, because we do rallies in Washington, D.C. We do rallies everywhere, and they see the body counts, because we lay the bodies all out on the Capitol lawn, everywhere.
Any congressman, senator ever came out and spoke with the moms and dads and people who have
Not
been...
that I know of. Not that I know of. No. So a lot of it is, it's just sad. We can't stop it, but it's not going to stop. It's about to get a whole lot worse. It's about to get really bad.
Has any mother ever spoke with you and said, you know, Sin, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for the images. Because of that, I became aware of fentanyl. I was just like you. I had no idea of what fentanyl was.
Yes, I have hundreds of messages from parents like that. Hundreds of new followers who follow me now because they had zero knowledge of what fentanyl was. Some of them are talking to their kids as young as 10 now, because 10-year-olds are not even safe. You know, a drug dealer will really look a 10-year-old in the face, and if he has $10 to buy drugs, they will give it to the child. And they don't care. They know that child is about to die, and they will give it to the child anyway, because that money means more to them than human life does.
What should happen to a person who's selling fentanyl? The dealer, the seller, what do you think would be a punishment that fits the crime?
An eye for an eye. Olivia's the one serving a sentence for a crime she didn't do. She was handed a death sentence, while the two people that are responsible are free. Neither one will ever serve a sentence. This baby. And it gets me so angry, because everything that was done to her, and they're free. And I don't want no parent to suffer the way I suffered, because it's not fair. Olivia didn't deserve that. Even if she was a drug addict, she didn't deserve that. Drug addiction didn't kill her. Drug addiction didn't kill those 3 men who took heroin. Drug addiction is not what took their life. Somebody else took their life. They were handed a death sentence the minute the fentanyl was placed in their hand. Yeah, so that's why I continuously talk about it, because even my followers are dying. My followers are dying despite what I'm posting, because they think we're in a different state. It's not going to happen to them, and then it ends up happening to them. And that's sad. I'm telling you that every state in the United States is under attack. Every state. And nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. And children are not off limits. They are coming for your children too. Nobody is safe. If you slip up and think, oh, it's been 6 months since I heard somebody died from fentanyl, and then you end up taking a Percocet, Adderall, Xanax, or whatever, you're gonna die. It's not if you will die. You will die. You are going to die, and there will be nobody there to save you. That's how quick it ends your life. That's how deadly it is. There will be nobody there to save you. Olivia died in the presence of somebody. She died in the presence of 2 adults. And she died. Nobody was there to help her. Nobody saved her. Nobody did anything for her.
Well, guys, this is truly painful. Give me a second.
Sorry.
I kind of feel connected to this because I did not know Sin. I did not know Sin before this happened. I met Sin a day after this happened. I was at her house by her request for the memorial for Olivia. We broadcasted the funeral service by her request. So people who knew Olivia, or people from all over the world, could see and witness the pain that things like fentanyl are causing. So her friends that might be in another country could say the last goodbyes. So I kind of felt personally attached to this, and still am. And I will be here, and I will help Sin as much as I can, every time she needs me, every time we need to talk about it. The conversation cannot end.
It can't.
Okay? The conversation must continue. We must call our elected officials and demand legislation that will demand or require a harsher punishment. No plea bargain for those that are found guilty of crimes like this. Months after Olivia died of fentanyl, 2 police officers in Glenwood got contaminated by fentanyl that was in the air when they went to respond to a call. I am happy that those officers are okay today and were able to recover. But had that gone wrong and caused a fatality of those police officers, would that have been classified an overdose, or did the person who was responsible for that fentanyl in the air be charged with causing the death of those 2 officers? What do you think? If you walk around Gary Square, you see people shooting in the corners. I have no idea what they are shooting, but I'm sure that is not Tylenol. I know that because we received a video of somebody who actually died at the door of the T-Mobile, right here in Gary Square, overdosed. I covered a story at the corner of Palisade and Elm at the transportation garage. Young man died of an overdose right there. People are dying of overdose, opioids, everywhere, not just in Yonkers. It's happening everywhere. But we are here in Yonkers talking about Yonkers and this issue. She's from Yonkers, was from Yonkers, I'm from Yonkers, Sing's from Yonkers, Prince is from Yonkers. This is affecting the people of Yonkers. Our elected officials right here in Yonkers, right here in our state, right here in our county, need to do more to address this issue. If there was an event here today where we are, they would all be here to take pictures. If we had an event about fentanyl, opioids, and invite them to come over here today, most of them probably would say, oh, we have prior commitments. We cannot be there today. Or it was next week maybe. The thing is, they all know the problem. Opioid problem, drug problems, overdose problems, fentanyl problem. It's not the secret. We all know the problem is there. What is the secret is that not many are doing anything to address that problem. The reason why we voted for you is so you can resolve the issues that we have. We voted for you for that, to find solutions, address problems. Fentanyl, opioids, drug, alcohol, crime, homeless, whatever. Your job is to address those problems and find solutions. Would that be a fair thing to say?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Has anyone, I have interviewed a few people, elected officials, mentioned Olivia a few times. They all feel bad about it. They all feel terrible about it. The entire Yonkers feels bad about it.
Yeah.
But has any one of those elected officials ever contacted you, seen?
No.
None?
Nope. That's what I said. Nobody cares. It's just
We
sad.
care.
Thank you. Yeah. Rue's the only one. But it's just sad that more people will die because of this.
So guys, interviews like this are the type of interviews that we would beg you to share. Because interviews like this can have a strong impact out there. Raw images like the one I posted yesterday, raw images like the one Sin posted a year ago about her daughter, those are the images that you need to see. We don't want to sugarcoat those images.
Exactly.
Okay? We want to show you the reality of what's going on every single day in the streets of Yonkers and other places. And we pointed out that drug issues is not exclusive to Yonkers, but it's happening here. Those are the images you need to see. those who are addicting or getting our friends addicted, those are the people that you need to be upset with, not those that are exposing and showing the reality of the pain that those drugs are causing. We're exposing. We don't want to cause harm. We actually want to help. The lady whose picture appeared on the New York Post a couple of years ago, that she was sitting on the right side, husband on the left, they both overdosed, child in the back seat. She came out after the fact. Oh, by the way, her face was showing. She came out after the fact and said, thank you to whoever took that picture. Because that picture helped her change her life around. And she was able now to say thank you to that person. That picture changed her life and helped her life.
Exactly.
Okay.
We need those images.
We need those images.
We need it.
Hiding it doesn't help. Those that only talk and criticize, I ask a question to them. What have you done to help your friend? I know that some have. The majority have not. What have you done besides criticizing those who are trying to help? Those who are creating awareness. I know there is no satisfaction on seeing to show those pictures. I have no satisfaction on showing that video. The clicks don't help me. I have lots of clicks in other stuff. My motivation is to try to help somebody. I know those images are raw. I know those images are pain. And so the scene. She doesn't enjoy showing that picture.
My images give me triggers and flashbacks and make me have attacks because they're still painful to watch, even though I took the videos. But I put them out there, and I hate that she is an example, but Olivia is an example of what happens when fentanyl ends up in your drug. What happens when you follow after the wrong person? What happens when you trust the wrong person? What happens when you're friends with the wrong person? She is an example of that. And that's why I put it out there.
Now, see, what about the importance of us parents know who our kids' friends are? Because sometimes if we look at the friends, even though if there is a dubious friend, maybe they will never introduce us to him or to her. But how important it is for us to be involved as much as we possibly can with our children, know where they are, know where their friends are. Now, I don't want to point fingers because I know, look, I'm a father, I have 3 kids, and I did not know who my kids' friends were. It would be impossible to know. I knew who they wanted me to know.
Yes, but it's extremely important to know your friends, know your child's friends. Olivia had some great friends. I loved her friends. They were all great kids. The one person that she was with that day, I had no clue he existed. No clue who he was. Still to this day, I never met him. And that one person is the person that killed her. But other people knew she was with him. Other people knew that he was a horrible influence, and maybe they didn't want to tell on their friend. And it ended up costing her life.
Well, guys, do tell on your friends.
Yes, you have to.
Okay, do tell on your friends. Because some people try to keep a secret of who Olivia was seeing. I don't want to place blame on them. What I'm saying that her death could have been prevented.
Absolutely.
If you had contacted the mom and said, look, I don't want to sound like, I'm telling, but Olivia's life is in danger. Take a look at it. So if you know that your friend is going out with somebody who he shouldn't be going out with, do that friend a favor by talking to her parents about it. And if she doesn't talk to you, if she gets upset, if she finds out that it was you, then so be it. Later on in life, I'm sure she will be thanking you for saving her
Do
life.
it anonymously. Go to a school teacher or something. Tell them. But
Exactly.
if you know your friend is in danger with somebody that is abusing drugs, your friend is going to die.
I heard the great line many years back. It goes like this. Some people say that doing the right thing is hard to do. Doing the right thing is not hard to do. What is hard to do is find out what the right thing is. Once you know what the right thing is, it's easy to do it, even if there is repercussions. Do the right thing. Be at peace with your conscience. Sometimes speaking about it, some people might don't like what you're saying, but some people might appreciate what you're saying. And like Sin just said, there is many ways to create awareness. There is many ways to prevent tragedy. Go to a teacher, go to the principal, go to a counselor, make an anonymous call, create awareness.
Yeah.
Do your part.
Absolutely.
What else? Sin? We should be having this talk once in a while. I know that you do it all the time, you go live, okay?
Yeah.
But one thing is you talking to your audience, or one thing is me talking to my audience, another thing is me engaging with somebody else on the back and forth, okay? And yes, you have a large follower, but more people hear your message, the better.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking our people who are watching us to share this.
Yes, share this.
Yeah, share this.
It's informative and it might save a life. It might save many lives.
Exactly. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Those who sit back and say, why are you putting this out? Guess what? You are part of the problem. If you want to help the solution, help them seek help, or you yourself look for help and say, look, that mom needs help, she has kids, this is happening, I'm afraid for the life or for the safety of those children. Look for help. There is lots of things that you can do. Complaining to those that are exposing the problem, you ain't helping. Yeah or no?
Of course. And don't think this can't happen to your family. This is, like I said, the #1 killer in the United States. It surpasses gun violence. It beats car accidents, cancer, COVID. Fentanyl is the #1 killer. And we don't talk about it enough.
Now, yesterday when we were talking about addiction, I also saw many messages of support, messages that understood or articulated that they understood the point of that video. And there was one particular message that really was worthwhile. Somebody who told me, Ru, 10 years ago, that was me. I seek treatment. Today I'm clean. Been 10 years that I've been clean. God bless you. More power to you. And if you are one of those guys and want to share your experience in the hopes that you can motivate others to seek help, seek treatment, please reach out to us. We need you to come and say, listen guys, I did it and I was that way, so can you. You need to seek, you need to look for help.
Yeah.
Yes? You want to add anything else?
No. If you're going to use drugs, try to be safe. Always use in front of somebody. Carry Narcan. I'm not sure about the fentanyl strips because I don't really believe in those.
What's that?
Fentanyl, where you test the drug to make sure
Oh,
it's
okay.
fentanyl free.
Well, it's best not to even
Yeah.
stay away. Don't try, okay? But like Cynthia said, but if you are addicted in such a way,
Carry Narcan.
cutting out, well, even though if you are doing OD, you're not going to be able to.
That's why I said use with a friend.
Yeah.
Or be in the presence of somebody that can be there for you to help you.
I would say stay away. Look for treatment.
Yeah.
Okay, drugs, will never bring you to a happy ending, to an ending that you're going to say, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
The ending is always dark. The consequences could be fatal. When I post a picture, that person might have a second chance. Many will never have a second chance. So stay clean, brothers. Reach out to us. If you are somebody who were at that stage at one point in your life, and because you seek treatment, you are in a different place today, we want to talk to you. We want to use you, your example, to motivate others to be like you. Thank you, Sin.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Until next time, guys.